through for our routine weekly briefing for Central North Carolina that covers Sunday, December 7th, 2025. Get right to it. The upcoming weather pattern for Central NC. So today and tonight, dry through the day with widespread rain later tonight. And then tomorrow, a coastal low and a frontal boundary will bring widespread light to moderate rain to the area for much of the day, clearing out by late afternoon and evening. By Wednesday, as you can see on the map, high pressure will build in from the west across the mid-Atlantic, bringing fair weather and below average temperatures. So it might be a little bit chilly on Wednesday. Thursday, a cold front will approach from the west with chilly overnight temperatures across the northern Piedmont, preceding the incoming precip. Friday, a warm front will lift from the south, and to the north we'll have a high pressure pushing in cool air, and so a brief wintry mix is possible Friday across the northern Piedmont. But cold rain is expected to linger into Saturday. Now, we're still very focused on Friday and Saturday for where and when that wintry precip, but right now it's a little low confidence for all that wintry precip. Moving on, our accumulated precipitation forecast for the next 5 days. So as you can see today, here are some rain amounts anywhere from in the northeast, a few hundreds in the northeast, and then as you get closer to Charlotte region, we're looking up towards 3/4 of an inch to an inch, but generally light rain expected across the area today. And then this kind of gradually will, it says 7 a.m. to 7 a.m. So this rainfall will begin late this evening. Late overnight, actually, probably after midnight for much of the area. So this rainfall amount will generally be from like midnight to 7 a.m. So that's 7-hour kind of precip accumulation. And then this kind of today will add into Tuesdays, which you see are much more highlighted in blue across Raleigh and eastern North Carolina. We're getting up into 1/2 inch to about an inch, a locally higher 1.25 inches in some places, especially along the East Coast. Otherwise, after that moves out, we will be dry Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday is our next rainmaker, and that is expected to start raining Friday morning, like I said, with the wintry precip across the north. Otherwise, we'll have some higher rainfall values that will range anywhere from 1/2 inch to an inch, with locally higher amounts possible across the area. So that brings our 5-day total. If this all works out, that brings our 5-day total around 2 inches from some areas, maybe 2.5 if we're looking at those isolated heavier pockets of rain. So much needed rain is on the way, but no threat for excessive rainfall or flash flooding over the next 3 days. And while we do have severe thunderstorms not expected, a few rumbles of thunder are possible in the southeast coastal plain overnight tonight. Again, mainly after midnight through the morning Tuesday, and north, and as far north as I-95 corridor Tuesday morning into early afternoon Tuesday. So that kind of brings in that green general thunder, that light green shade for that. Otherwise, after that, no severe storms expected. In case you missed the drought update from last week, here's just the Kitikwe. A new one will be coming out later this week, but otherwise still in the abnormally dry, moderate drought, and a little area of severe drought across the northeast, but much needed rain is on the way. Here is our 8 to 14-day temperature and precipitation outlook, courtesy of the Climate Prediction Center. As you can see, this covers December 8th through the 14th, and below normal temperatures are slightly favored, as well as near to slightly above normal chances of precip are favored. So our normal temperatures are usually around the low to mid 50s for highs, and then lower to mid 30s for lows. So we're getting there. Winter is not started quite yet, but we're getting there. We're close. Here is our experimental graphical hazardous weather outlook. And as you can see, the lightning is highlighted for today and tomorrow. That just is covering the small chance of a few rumbles of thunder in the far southeast tonight, early tomorrow, again, the far southeast. Otherwise, no major hazards expected. Here is our temperature forecast on the right for a handful of cities across the area with the highs and lows. As you can see, Wednesday night, Thursday morning is pretty chilly, and then otherwise all generally below normal. But today starts dry, but clouds will increase as the rain moves in late tonight with a few a few rumbles of thunder later this evening and overnight into Tuesday. And then Tuesday we'll start out with a cold, steady rain, and that will dry out from west to east during the afternoon. And then chilly overnight temperatures will move in with overnight temperatures in the mid to upper 20s to near 30 in those warmer spots. Wednesday and Thursday, quiet weather as high pressure dominates that region. And then Friday, Saturday is when that next weather system could bring a possible wintry mix Friday over the northern Piedmont, but expect that to be short-lived. And down here in the hazards, again, should be a brief wintry mix possible Friday, mainly across the northern Piedmont, but low-end impacts are expected. And the precip will turn quickly to rain. That's all we have for our weekly briefing today. If we have any questions.